As of October 17th, the federal government was once again open for business. And that's a good thing all around. Hundreds of thousands of federal employees had been caught up in the melee and were being hurt by the shutdown through no fault of their own. Countless others were also being hurt. Included were active duty and retired military, people seeking treatment for medical conditions, and those just wanting to vacation in one of our national parks. But this pain was being intentionally inflicted upon Americans by the Obama administration. Hello, it's John Hampton. You're in conservative company. The President gave a speech Thursday morning regarding the end to the government shutdown. He began his remarks by saying, "Last night I signed legislation to reopen our government and pay America's bills because Democrats and responsible Republicans came together." Now, it seemed like an odd way to start a speech. I know his signature is required, but I got the impression that he wanted Americans to believe that this act alone was proof that he had single-handedly and against all odds ended the shutdown and saved America from its first ever default. The truth is, we would not have defaulted. There would have been money to pay our bill. And what about the swipe he took at the GOP in the process? The President referred to Democrats and responsible Republicans. Does that mean that the President thinks any Republican who voted against this legislation is irresponsible? Well, that's exactly what it means, and that's no secret. It's just troubling to me that the President would use this opportunity to again blame conservative Republicans for the shutdown. The President said there were no winners. Yet during his speech, he made one oblique reference after another, attributing all blame for the shutdown to Republicans. And he made no effort at all to call out members of his own party for their role in the shutdown. Arsonists, terrorists, held hostage, I will not negotiate with Republicans. All that sound familiar? And let's not forget, the GOP was looking out for America. The main thing they wanted was for the President to grant the same one-year delay in signing up for Obamacare to individual Americans that he had already granted to many large corporations and unions. But of course he refused. And even though to date the Affordable Care Act has been extremely problematic, the President continues to show that he is completely unwilling to compromise on this issue. Another concern is the egregious manner in which the cessation of death benefit payments to family members of our military killed in Afghanistan was handled. Instead of signing an executive order mandating the immediate restoration of the payments, the President handed off to a staff member. The fix came in the form of a private charity, the Fisher House, agreeing to fund the benefit until the government returned to full operation. Thank you, Fisher House, for your noble actions. But what a black eye for the Obama administration. And this cannot be blamed on Republicans. In his speech, the President mentioned the Senate's immigration and farm bills currently awaiting passage in the House. He also recommended that House Republicans offer their input on these bills so negotiations could begin. Negotiations? That's crazy! Even before the President's very own "I will not negotiate with Republicans" rhetoric has cooled, he now wants us to believe that, out of the kindness of his heart, he's willing to give Republicans one more chance to compromise from their irresponsible positions. The President talked about getting our fiscal house in order for the long haul. But this is just another temporary fix. It only gets us through to the first of the year. At that time, these same exact battles will be fought all over again. Is this really the President's idea of a long-haul fix? President Obama wants us to believe that he understands and is concerned about our frustration with government. He also wants us to believe that even though his signature had the power to end the shutdown, he himself was powerless to control or influence events as they were unfolding. His only course of action? Refuse to negotiate with Republicans. Mr. Obama is president. He is responsible for events in Washington. But because there is no one above him, he chooses to blame the opposition when chaos erupts. Leadership is as much about owning responsibility for failure as it is about taking credit for victory. I don't know where we go from here, but we must remember to stay informed, stay engaged, and dismiss as many corrupt politicians as we can at the ballot box next year. Thank you for watching this presentation. For more information, please go to inconservativecompany.com. If you didn't get a chance to see the President's speech, click on the YouTube link below and it will take you there. See you next time.